In this video, I'm going to show how to schedule a Teams meeting for it to show up in a MTR system. MTR stands for Microsoft Teams Room and is the solution for Microsoft that you place in a conference room to be able to use the room as a Teams participant. I will also talk a bit about the lobby feature in Teams. On the screen here, we see my Outlook in the background, and in the upper right corner we see a MTR display, the in-room display of an MTR system. So let's start with scheduling a meeting. The blue calendar here is my calendar, so I'll schedule a first meeting here. I can do this in a couple of different ways, either by pressing New Teams Meeting here, and then I get the Teams link down here. And this is what's important when we're going to connect to the Teams meeting in the future. Another way is to press a new appointment here and then Teams meeting. Same result. So the Teams meeting link is down here. I then write my subject of the meeting. I can invite a room. I have a room called Demo 4, which is the one on the MTR system right now. I mark this one and press Rooms. I can book several rooms at the same time if I want more rooms to be participants in the meeting. And OK. Then I get a question in this case, because I already have a location for this meeting. It asks me if I want to replace Microsoft Teams meeting with Demo 4. Since this is primarily a Teams meeting, I press No. Then we have the lobby features. We have this link down here. It says if I control click to follow it, I do that, and it opens a web browser. And in the web browser is this meeting. So it's so far unscheduled. It hasn't been saved yet. And here I set how the lobby is going to work. So this is the standard settings of the Teams solution. If I want this changed, a Teams administrator or a global administrator of the Office 365 will need to do that. So the first one is who can bypass the lobby. I can choose everyone can bypass, that is, we don't use a lobby. I can choose people in my organization, that is, in my Office 365 tenant, or in trusted organizations that we set up in the system, or people in my organization, the standard one, or only me. Only me means that it's just me that can bypass the lobby. Everyone else will get stuck there and someone has to let them in. This is useful, for example, if you are a teacher and want to prepare the meeting and then let everyone into the meeting. The second thing here is always let callers bypass the lobby. Callers in this case are people that are dialing in using a ordinary phone number. So if I press this, those voice calls will bypass the lobby. Next one is if we want to get the information that someone joins or leaves a meeting. The last one here is who can present in the meeting. That is, who can share their screen to everyone else in the meeting. So everyone, that's the standard setting. People in my organization, that is only in our Office 365 tenant. Specific people that we can list, for example, co-hosts or similar. Or just me. Again, for example, a teacher may be the only one that's going to be sharing their screen in the meeting, then we choose only me. When done, I press save, and it's saving and done. When that's done, I can close that window, and I can go to the same link more than once. So before it was an unscheduled meeting. Let's say I press send here. When I do that, it's scheduled. It pops up in the room to the right, and it will pop up in the MTR system. If I go back to this meeting options again now, I can now see that this is no longer an unscheduled meeting. It's a demo meeting, August 6th, and I'm the organizer. So I can go back here again and again. If we look at the MTR system now, we can see that this meeting is present. In the upper left corner here, we can see Patrik Lindahl, a demo meeting, a Teams logo saying this is a Teams meeting. That could be a Skype logo, it could be a WebEx logo, or a Zoom logo. We can press join to join the meeting right now. If I want, I can schedule another meeting. Demo meeting 2, for example, here. I'll invite an attendee in the form of the room, send it, and we can see in the MTR that it will appear again there, this time with 3 small dots instead of the join button. This means that this is not a Teams meeting because I didn't book a Teams meeting. And let's schedule a third meeting. A Teams meeting this time. Demo 4, send. So if I go back to the MTR system again here, I can now see my 3 meetings. I can join the first one and the last one, since those are Teams meetings. In the middle one, I can press these 3 dots here, and I get the information that the organizer can switch to a Teams or Skype meeting to be able to join this meeting. So let's see now what happens when we want to start a meeting. I can do that several ways, either by pressing the Join Teams Meeting Now. I can also go into the meeting and press the link here. Both of those will send me to the Teams application and a window where I can make some choices before I join the meeting. Either I just join the meeting if I'm satisfied with everything. I can also turn off the camera before I join the meeting. I can also turn off the microphone. I can set a custom background. And I can set which microphone and speaker I want to use. I can also make a test call to make sure that the microphone and speaker actually works. I can do that before I join the meeting, so I know that I'm okay when I arrive in the meeting. I can also choose which camera in the computer I want to use. Down here we have a link for add a room. This is to add a room that we are close by. It's working by a Bluetooth beacon, and I have a separate video about this. So if I press join now here, I will join the meeting. And I can also join the same meeting from the MTR system here. And there we are joined in the meeting. I also want to show you what happens when I press the join button on the MTR system. On my computer, I then get a pop-up telling me that the demo meeting has been starting by demo 4, the room that is, and I can join the meeting from here. The same settings again, and now I just press join because I'm okay with these settings, and then I'm in the meeting. So the last thing I want to show you is the Teams application, and that the information in the Outlook calendar is also present here. So I can start my meeting from the Teams client. So this is how it looks. I have the current meeting, or a meeting that will start soon. It has a join button that I can press, and then I have my upcoming meetings. Those are the same ones as in my Outlook calendar. So that's it for this video.